Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I'm in a flat world. This feels weird. I'm also in creative mode, which also feels weird. I've never done a video in creative mode. So yeah, very, very weird feeling. Anyways, why we are here is because I am quite a big fan of those videos where it's like, here's 100 ways to survive in Minecraft, here's 100 things that could kill you, blah, 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 all these different, right? You know, all the types of stuff. I'm sure you've seen them. But there's one thing, well, not one thing, there's a few things that I've seen that they just don't mention. You know, there's certain things in our day-to-day Minecraft lives that don't get mentioned, and if they do, they are very rarely mentioned. So I want to mention them because they're cool, and I'm sure a lot of you probably don't know a few of these things. There's definitely a few things that I just learned now while doing research for this, so yeah, trust me, that you can definitely learn a lot from this. So let's get started. Starting off, we're going to put myself in game mode S for pretty much all of this video. A lot of this is just been set up that I can experience it in survival mode. So, starting off with mining. Now, we all know how to mine quickly, right? We get a beacon, we get efficiency, you get all that good stuff, right? There's plenty of ways of mining. However, there's ways of making it even faster. For those of you that have played the game for a little while and have efficiency 5 and a beacon with haste 2 even, I'm sure you have come across the problem of hitting stone. It's not an instant break, even with all of those enchantments and effects. Why? Well, I can't answer that because I actually don't know. Minecraft's just slightly annoying, I guess. But there is a solution on how you can fix that. You see, if we're standing right against this block and we mine, like so, right? We break it decently fast. I mean, this is a netherite pickaxe, so of course we break it kind of fast. I'll leave a time in the top corner to show you how long that took to break. Now, if I'm standing here, I can click on this block, but not the block behind it. This means I'm at my max reach limit. If I break this block, I cannot reach the one behind it, right? I'm at max reach, meaning I have, I guess, I don't know how this works, like a longer swing range or whatever you want to call it. Because look at this. Am I mining faster? I probably did mess it up a little bit because I did crouch when I started it, so that's probably not really that efficient. But you do actually break blocks a lot faster when standing at max reach distance. The further away you are, the faster you break. But that's not it. We can go even further. In fact, if we're standing, again, at max reach, I don't know how much of a difference this makes, but if we're standing at max reach, you can see we mine, again, like I said, pretty quick. I'd argue quicker than the first one that we did. However, you can click and release. What that means simply is break this block and then immediately release, and click and release, click and release. Don't hold down whatever your break button is. Instead, click and release, simply put. Now, the reason for this, again, I don't know why. I'm not a technical player, so I don't understand why this works the way it does. But again, combined with the fact that if you stand at max reach, you can do this with efficiency, and you almost practically instant break this. If you had efficiency and haste on this thing, you tear through stone like it's nothing. And even better is, this doesn't just apply to stone, this can apply to, well, wood. If I'm standing really close to wood, it takes a decent amount of length of time, but if I stand at max reach, it goes away quicker and almost immediately broken with the same technique. However, this is where it gets interesting. You really don't need to do this with shovels. The reason being, this is me almost standing right against the block. It breaks, like that broke almost immediately, right? The max you will ever need on a shovel, and this is a diamond shovel, let alone a netherite shovel, the max you will ever need is like, I don't know, even probably efficiency 3 would cut it, and you can insta-break. That's without haste. It is just absurd. You really don't need it. Now, on another thing, sadly, this doesn't work obviously with mobs. The further away you are, you're not going to do more damage. That doesn't work. However, we can do something that's very interesting. You see, let's throw... Okay, why did you spawn there? Alright, let's try this. I'll stay in creative mode for a little bit, I guess. You spawn here, right? And I can stand up to this block and I can still hit. If I step to this block, I can't. So we'll make a mark. That is as far as I am standing right. However, if we take this and stand on this block, you have an extra about a half a block, I believe, is the exact measurement that you can reach. So if you're wanting to fulfill your Grim Reaper fantasies, yeah, get yourself a hoe, I guess, because you can reach an extra block almost with these things. Weirdly enough, I guess they make up for the fact that they don't exactly do a whole much damage, although they do a fair amount more than I thought they did. I really only thought these did 4 attack damage. So yeah, they're solid. You can even enchant them with sharpness, I'm fairly confident. Let's, next up, moving on to armor. More specifically speaking, how much can you survive with maxed out protection and feather falling armor? This roll is a normal difficulty, meaning I will take the normal amount of damage, but regardless, fall damage isn't actually scaled by a difficulty, so you don't even need to worry about that. So for those of you that play peaceful mode strictly and think that you're surviving a bunch of falls that you should normally survive, trust me, you're not. I was guilty of this until recently, so don't feel bad. I genuinely thought surviving like a huge fall in peaceful mode means you would die in any other game mode, essentially. But no, I was dumb. Anyways, let's grab all of this armor, throw it on, and get ourselves to the top of the tower. We are wearing full protection and feather falling 4. And this will show you just how much you can actually survive while falling. There's the number there, but it is very much blurred, so I will show you when we're finished how much you can survive. Alrighty, so I am full health. Now, we're gonna just take a leap of faith, and you can watch my hearts. Oopsie, wrong key. There you go, half a heart. We survived an exact 98 blocks. Yeah. Full protection armor, feather falling 4. If you fall from that height, you will survive with half a heart. It is a long drop. If you have full armor and you jump from the top of one of these, you will survive 98 blocks on exactly half a heart and take absolutely no damage to the armor. I don't know how that makes any sense. I feel like that should almost like shred your boots, but hey, or your ankles for that matter. But regardless, we can get rid of all of that. Now then, moving on to another very interesting thing. I recently discovered this while actually researching for this because I was running out of ideas. But totems are very different between the different versions of Minecraft and Bedrock. See, in Minecraft Bedrock, which is what I play on, if you have a totem and were to hop in lava here, it makes an extremely loud noise of explosions, and I get fire res and absorption and the regeneration effect. However, in Java Edition, when you die, you don't get fire res. If you die in, let's say, lava in the nether or anywhere else, your totem will pop, and you will just keep frying to a crisp. There is no surviving after that. Unless you have multiple totems or enchanted golden apples, there's no way of getting out of that. On top of that, the totems of Undying cannot save you from 2 very specific deaths. You see, if I'm holding this totem and were to